Your sister can help us. Although just a handmaiden, she has Marjorie Tyrell's favor. And Lady Marjorie's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay. If it's presented to her as it should be.
Oh, am I you now? Okay. Ironwood box. What's in here? Gold coin, some notes, a face.
Ethan made
Family
this for me.
crest. Oh, she looks sad. It's like she wants to go back home or something.
It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me.
Marjorie, huh?
It once belonged to Lady Elena.
Oh. What's it say?
Father. Much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city.
Which wedding are we
I
talking
do wish
about?
you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
Man, when people are sad in this game, they look sad.
Asher sent me this coin to remember him. What a strange place, Essos.
Dusty old tome. Can I
Wonders
cast
made
spells?
by man, by Lomas Longstrider. A
They
gift
have
from
long
Roderick.
stride.
I hope to see them all someday.
As long as you're not here around season 6 or 7, you'll be okay. Let her for mother. Whoa.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Oh, so the Ravens already got to her then. Who could that be knocking on my door?
One moment.
No
Oh,
one. Oh,
sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back
scummy
later if
slave
you'd like.
boy. Get out of my face. Sure, I'll let you.
No, it's fine. Come in.
Back on the streets where you belong. What are you doing?
Begging your pardon, milady, but you all right?
None of your business,
If you
slave
don't mind
boy.
my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm fine, thank you.
Of course, milady.
Please hurry if you can. Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, milady.
What are you putting in there? Rocks? What is that?
You work for Lady Marjorie?
None of your business, slave
I may be
boy.
wrong, but it seems like you do.
I'm her handmaiden.
That's what I thought. I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends. I saw Lady Marjorie just this morning, outside Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. Much, but it was
What
an
is
argument.
this?
Why are you telling me this?
I heard them arguing about House Forrester and...
House Forrester?
I thought you'd like to know. Forgive me if I was mistaken. I hope you're not in any kind of trouble. Most people don't tend to notice a call boy. Not in King's Landing, with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there. Good night, milady.
It's not nighttime, you scum. Back to work. I don't trust that kid. It's Marjorie.
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk.
It's Lady Marjorie.
Come, there's something we must discuss. From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining. And your poor family as well.
My family wrote me, my lady.
I don't doubt they must be overcome with grief. But you must not despair. We will get through this together. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor.
I knew it.
She was very pleased with herself. Her face was full of mirth
I've
as
done
she said
nothing,
it.
nor do I know
I'm
what
not
I've done.
a traitor.
Of course not. It's only an excuse to torment you, and by extension, me. She demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort. For what, I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
I'll do as you ask, my lady.
I really have no
I
choice.
knew I could trust you. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
Is that really the right option, though?
See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive us.
Oh, some stuff's about to happen.
You'll be fine. I know you will.
No.
You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Feel one thing, say
Good
another.
luck.
Okay. I mean, the last time someone said, or thought something, and then said what they thought here in King's Landing, they kind of lost their heads. So I'm not gonna do that.
You can do this.
Oh no, is that CGI Peter Dinklage? Some Kingsguard, there's some peasants, some dirty peasants. Oh my god.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
His head is huge.
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
I will...
I am
bow
honored,
head.
Your Grace.
Yet not honored enough to kneel, I see.
Ah, dang it!
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl.
Oh, they've made her
Is your
despicable
family
even
loyal
in
to
the
the
video
king?
game.
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
Our loyalty never
The girl can
wavers.
speak for her house.
House Forrester's loyalty to the crown never wavers, Your Grace.
I see. And yet... For centuries, the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. A house of traitors.
Oh god. They were our wardens. I don't even
They
know
were
what
the
that
wardens
means.
of the North. We all served at the pleasure of the king.
Clever girl.
Perhaps too clever for her own good.
The girl did say the loyalty was unwavering.
She has a talent for equivocation, yet I question what she really thinks.
My god, I think you're stupid.
Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Well, I mean, he is the new warden, so yes.
He is the Warden of the North, Your Grace.
He is. And I the Queen Regent, and Tyrion the Master of Coin.
The girl has a remarkable talent for answering questions while in fact saying nothing at all.
Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Many desire. Sure, why not?
Yes, Your Grace.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another
They have
house
sex with their brother?
towards yours.
Is that what they do?
Yes, Your Grace. I would do anything.
I see.
I feel like I've made a terrible choice.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war?
What was that?
Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
What? I don't know what's happening.
I won't judge her, Your Grace. I wasn't there. I didn't face her decisions.
Aren't you a delightful girl? If only one could flit through life without ever holding an opinion of their
Oh
own.
my god, this is so
If there's
frustrating
a point
and
to this,
stupid.
I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she
Let the
would...
girl answer the question. Go on.
I will be
I
true
would
to
be
the
true
king.
to the king, Your Grace.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
She
Marjorie's
is
gonna
a
remember
threat to
that.
the
What
crown,
you mean?
isn't she?
She told me to think one,
the most
feel one way,
dangerous
say the other.
handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
She gonna get mad
My
at that, I
sense is
swear.
this girl will say almost anything to get what she wants. Which is not very encouraging. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
I did what you told me to do, and you're pissed off at me because I didn't.
I'll walk you out.
What is
This may
actually
come
wrong
as a
with you?
surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
These are trying times, my lord. My family fears what might happen now that the Boltons rule the north.
They must still answer to the crown. You shouldn't forget
know that.
nor should they. That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Marjorie was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased.
Think one way,
It was quite
say
the
the
first
other.
impression.
Like,
I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I did it for Lady Marjorie.
Rather odd, if that's what she asked of you. But I'm
That is
sure
what
she
she
has your
asked.
best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the crown in this regard. not her.
Ooh.
What are you suggesting?
I suppose the crown could be persuaded to secure Ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your
Why
house.
would I do it?
Are
What
you
is-
willing to risk that?
What are the actual?
It may be far too dangerous.
What are
In
the
fact,
actual
forget I even
upsides of
suggested
this?
such
I'm gonna
a
do it
thing.
anyway.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
Thank you for the advice, Lord Tyrion.
Just be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
It's a nest of incest. Yeah, I have no idea what happened. I feel like this thing was just a giant, contradicting waste of time. Oh my god. Think one way, speak the other. What?
Mira, I was worried.
I'm so not happy.
How was it? Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing. It's more than a little intimidating.
Well,
It went well.
Really? That's a relief. Cersei is known for being rather difficult. Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons.
9th-born sons?
Sir Jamie, I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah!
What? It's true. And
Gross.
Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour, which I doubt is Dornish for wife.
Put it back.
We're just having a bit of fun. It's probably for the best. I've heard he's a bit perverse. Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands.
Yeah,
Although,
14 years
marrying
old.
a king, I can only imagine what that would be like. Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen? He does have a certain look about him, and he's always treated Lady Marjorie well, which is more than
Joffrey.
you can say for his mother.
Sure, I'll
I'd
do it.
marry anyone if it helped my family.
Right, of course. Well, I would marry
Sure,
him.
'cause I know what
Imagine the
happens to
power you
Joffrey.
would have as Queen of the 7 Kingdoms. I might even allow you to be my handmaiden. Let's see.
Lady, don't make me
Who
another
else
handmaiden.
should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What
What?
a perfect match.
What?
Sir Bronn and...
Are you
What are
out
you
of your
doing?
mind?
Well? Sarah?
I'm just gonna apologize.
I'm sorry, my lady.
As am I. We shouldn't have been messing about.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was pleased by your display, Mira. I'm just glad it's over. King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes.
Or at least she doesn't hate me.
There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
One thing
you
of
have
your
no
true
idea.
heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
I mean, I have to have an opinion at this point.
Once you are queen, the lords and ladies will do their best to please you.
You learn very quickly. Your words to Cersei were brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, my
God.
lady. There's been something on my mind. something important.
What? I don't remember making this decision at all. I'm gonna ask for help, because she's been nice to me. The only one nice to me was her and Tyrion.
I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
It's about my family.
I trust her.
I'll trust you, Sarah, just this once.
Go on. Ask.
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Ramsay Snow. What would you have me do?
My mother fears our family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. She thought, if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. I know it's a lot to ask of you, and I wouldn't otherwise, but she insisted.
That is no small request, especially now.
I know, my lady, and I wouldn't ask this of you otherwise. But my mother has left me no choice. She insisted.
Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks, and now you would have me ask him to intervene. Is the situation that dire?
You can't, my lady. King Joffrey won't like it. Just think how he turned on Lady Sansa.
It is that dire, my lady. I fear for my family's safety.
I don't know, Mira. If Cersei were to find out...
Don't let the Queen bully you. You have power over him, Lady Marjorie, as no one else does. Not even his mother. Ramsay Snow will arrive at Ironrath within the week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
Very well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.
I mean, really, this could go either way. Like, it could, like, backfire horribly, but I don't really care at this point. To be honest, like, I don't even... That whole King's Landing situation is very confusing. Oh, I'm this guy again. I'm going to the wall. Nice. You're just gonna let your horse go like that?
7 elves.
Oh my god. You're so stupid. Horsey, where are you? You have my food and my blankets. Please come back. Oh my god.
Let's play a little game, shall we?
Uh-oh, it's Ramsay Bolt.
Did you know
He
my
looks like a
ancestors
dork.
wore the skins of their enemies as a coat?
You are so terrible. I'm gonna look...
Not my best work, unfortunately.
Is he like drawn? Is he like
I
playing
suppose I
tic-tac-toe
have
with-
fallen out of practice.
Uh-oh.
But he didn't make it easy. What with all that bloody noise?
Like a drowning cat. I thought he'd never stop.
Ah, he's looking
As
this
my
way.
father likes to say, a naked man holds few secrets. But the flayed man holds none.
Pity he didn't know your father is the Warden of the North.
He does now. How much further is it to these
Haha, he didn't see me. I'm so good at
foresters?
stealth.
A day, my lord. 2 at most.
What was that?
Don't. Are you...
My lord?
Shh. Listen. There.
Oh, no.
Hear that?
Run.
I know I heard something.
Run.